All right, guys, what's up? This is Mark Augustine. I've been drop shipping on eBay since I think 2011, so like a very long time. I've sold over $20 million online. I built this software called DS back in the day. What we're going to talk about here is Ecom Sniper, and these guys will introduce you who they are from Ecom Sniper. But we're going to compare Ecom Sniper, the differences between Ecom Sniper, Zik Analytics, AutoDS, Infitybot, and Yabelle. The reason why I brought up these things is that we're in this eBay dropshipping world. In the eBay dropshipping world, there are different pieces of software, and each piece of software may add value or not add value and have their own focus. And I think it's valuable for us to have this conversation, right? So like, subscribe. There's no overhype about this. This is just what I usually, over the years, I try to add as much value into this eBay dropshipping community. And I think having this conversation with guys at Ecom Sniper, having a real conversation will be valuable. So like, subscribe. Sammy, you want to introduce yourself really quickly?
Yeah, so my name is Sammy. I've been dropshipping on eBay for the last 8 years, right? And we are one of the founders of Ecom Sniper, which is Amazon to eBay dropshipping tool that does a lot of the work for you. It's been in development for the last 8 years, so we did start around the same time as many of the popular tools out there, but we just never went public, right? I think I remember talking to Mark about it back in the day, but
Right.
yeah, so that's me.
And then 2 years ago, a little over 2 years, like Sammy, you should start selling this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Around, I think it's been like, right, it's been almost 3 years now, actually.
Yeah, I
More
have
than
to
two.
check the date. It's more
Yeah,
than two, I know, because I remember the anniversary and so.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
Naeem, you want to introduce yourself really quickly?
Yeah, hey guys, I'm Noyon from Bangladesh, Amazon to eBay dropshipper, and I'm also a part of Ecom Sniper team. And yeah, I started a new version of dropshipping from Bangladesh. This is the Bangladeshi version, actually. Yeah, guys.
I
And
told
Okay,
Noyin when he started, it's never gonna work in Bangladesh. Don't even try. He went out
right,
and proved me wrong.
right. But let's have
right,
a separate video about that. You want
Yeah.
to? That's a perfect conversation to have on its own.
right,
But
right.
so Sammy, so we're talking about Zik Analytics, AutoDS, Infitybot, Yabelle, and Ecom Sniper.
So
Right.
I can't
So
talk on anything besides like AutoDS and Zik Analytics because I didn't use the other two, like
right,
Yabble
which
and
is
Infitybot.
fine, which is fine. But I will give you, I could give my perception of those
Yeah.
as well because I've not worked with Infitybot, but I had a lot of conversation about them because I did a video with
Dominic
Dante
and
and
Dante and
Dante,
Dante and his friends
yeah,
who came from
yeah.
Infitybot. And then someone recently asked on the YouTube channel how difficult it would be to switch from Infitybot to Ecom Sniper,
super
right?
easy.
Gotcha.
Right. So what do you know about Zik Analytics? Let's start there. Just give me a rundown really quickly.
So I was a user of Zik Analytics, back
Right.
in the
Yeah.
day,
Mhm.
right? So I think Zik Analytics is, a great tool. Like my honest thoughts are, it's a great tool for data, right? But it's not a beginner-friendly tool because, the tool, in my opinion, is so saturated, right? In the sense of, if somebody is using it, they're gonna get results, but it's you're not gonna see like using the standard approach of sniping, right? You scan somebody, undercut them, you might not see the greatest results. I think that data is powerful, but how you use that data is more important than anything. And I think the real people that can make the most out of Zik Analytics is the ones who understand data, right? Specifically to e-commerce and dropshipping on eBay. Does that make sense, Mark? What I'm saying?
But why you say, okay, so I think Zik Analytics, the interface is pretty. Is it beginner friendly? I think it would take some time to learn. I mean,
Depends
it's a
what you're
learning
trying to do.
process.
Depends what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to snipe and make like 50 cents per listing,
No, but
decent enough tool
so
still
right,
do it.
I tried it. I tried it. I want to say like 2 months ago, and you are finding people with higher margins. But I think one of the challenges they suggest actual things for people to sell. It's not, I think it gives you some false information.
As I
I
was
don't even
like,
want to get into that.
yeah.
But Zik Analytics is specifically built for sniping, right? whatever you think about sniping art is specifically built for sniping. And I think one of the biggest differences that Ecom Sniper that I've seen above Zik Analytics and all the others is focus on the success of the user, right? Because I think Ecom Sniper we have live calls every Saturday. We have people in the groups working with the users all the time to make sure they're successful. But it's also a different strategy altogether.
So I could tell you what the main difference with Ecom Sniper and Zik Analytics is.
I mean, Zik Analytics doesn't even list, right? With Zik, you need AutoDS or actually Yabelle to list the eBay. So
Right.
it's just data.
Right. So regarding like because Ecom Sniper is kind of like an all-in-one solution, right? Regarding
Right.
the competitor research with Zik Analytics and Ecom Sniper, the main differences are, so first of all, Analytics is much faster, right? In whatever they're doing. One scan, they already aggregated their data on the back end, so you can get someone's information right away.
Right. They cache the
However,
data, so the data is saved.
they cache the data, exactly. With Ecom Sniper, you're scanning in real time, right? And because you're scanning in real time, there's a number of other benefits that are happening. And one of the benefits is you can filter the items and see exactly how many times the item sold in the last 3 days, right? Versus Zik Analytics shows you only in 7 days, but we can show you how many times it sold in the last 3 days, 2 days, and 1 day because we're pulling
And
the
their
data.
7 days isn't accurate. Their data is delayed.
Right, so we're scanning in real time, and that's why it's slow. Secondly, one of the unique things about Ecom Sniper, right, and how we're doing the competitor research, we're not actually showing you how many times the item sold. We're showing you something even more valid. How many unique buyers bought that item?
Right.
Right? Because that is a much stronger measurement of demand than how many times the item sold. If somebody
Right.
bought 3 times or the same guy bought it 3 times, it's not the same as one guy buying or three different people buying it. Do you get what I
But do
mean?
Right.
you think by not having that information, you're losing accuracy?
You're losing. Good question. It's, sometimes I'd
Because if
say,
you have a product, like for example, I remember this is like 6 years ago, right? But I clearly remember selling a metal shelf for your garage from Walmart, and I had one person buy something like 30 from me, and simply because the other sellers on eBay only had like five listed. And I think something missing that amount of the way Ecom Sniper pulls it would have that as one sale
yes,
as opposed to 30, right?
makes, to me, that's way more powerful because that one person could have been a one-off buyer, right? Maybe you'll never see that avatar again, right?
But that 30 is also showed that did two things. It showed a lot of demand and it ranked the listings to
But
sell
it showed
forever.
a lot of demand for one avatar, right? For example, let's say Mark, you're
No,
really into
but you understand what I'm saying? Like it's especially that would affect the eBay algorithm, no?
that would affect the algorithm to
The 30
rank
sales.
that item higher. You're right.
Right.
But what if that item actually doesn't have that much demand and it was just one crazy buyer? Like let's say like an ugly chair, right? And somebody just had really weird taste.
Right.
Do you get what
Right.
I
I
mean?
mean, I'm just talking about something specific that I experienced, right? So,
Yeah. So my answer to
but
that.
I think we get it. I think we're getting off topic a bit, but go ahead.
No, I think extremely relevant. I'll tell you why, right? If you're using like if with sniping and product substitution, these are time intensive things, right? And
Right.
and let's say you're spending 5 to 10 minutes, right, to find like the perfect product substitution, you want to make sure that the data that you're basing that decision off to do that sniper product substitution is shows that there's a demand. Otherwise, you might be wasting time, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
So it's like the real risk is the time somebody spends after the fact, when they get receive that data.
Right. So you say right. So the data that Ecom Sniper is getting is live and it's stronger. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Because the ones that drop off
Right, exactly. So I think if we're just gonna, I think that I would say that's the main difference between Ecom Sniper and Zik Analytics. It gives you more broad data much faster. We give you more pure data much slower.
Right.
Okay, and what do you think about AutoDS? What do you know about? I've never been a user of AutoDS. I've interviewed the ex-CEO of AutoDS. I understand their marketing. I know their focus is more users and not success per user. So I know on an outsider perspective the difference of focus of the Ecom Sniper, the focus per success per user as opposed to AutoDS. But what, from a software perspective and someone who's used it, what do you think?
So I haven't used it like seriously for like because we had Ecom Sniper from the very beginning. Yeah,
Right, right.
I dabbled in it one time for like a very short stint, but
Mhm.
that kind of goes as far as my like actual usage experience. However, with that being said, the reason I feel confident to speak about AutoDS is because there's many users, right?
Right, who came from AutoDS to Ecom
Right.
Sniper?
That came from AutoDS to Ecom Sniper. And like
So what do you know from that experience?
so number one, I think the main flaw in AutoDS, right, is their pricing, right? They are like way too expensive, right? One of the most common complaints that we get is why should we go to Ecom Sniper? AutoDS is cheaper, right? It's actually completely wrong because with AutoDS, you're gonna have to pay like $700 to maintain an eBay store with 10,000 listings. And then with Ecom Sniper, within 3 months, you'll get to 10,000 listings and it'll only be $200 after that. Furthermore, their AI rewrite feature costs credits, right? And they charge you like another $700 or $600 on top of that. So you're paying like 1,400, like you're paying another upfront cost of $600 plus the $600 every month, right, to maintain a 10,000 store account. If you're not going to use the AI rewrite, Ecom Sniper lets you use the Amazon title to let you list 15,000 items a month. We give you 3,000 AI credits every month with the membership.
Right.
Do you get what I mean? So on a price wise, like it is superior. Regarding one of the other features that AutoDS has that Ecom Sniper doesn't have, right, is like we always get this question, right? Do you guys do the orders for us? Right? Do you have auto orders? Right? Do I have
Right,
to
and
use my Amazon
that is
account?
I think that is something that both AutoDS and Yabelle has, but Yabelle does it with some gift cards and accounts and all type of ways.
Oh, yeah, believe those guys, they actually messaged me recently too. Yeah, we'll talk
No,
about
talk about it. Well, you can't talk about it on
like I don't know too much about them, right?
right,
I know that Kevin, one of the guys that are in our group, he was working with them to like supply the
mhm,
Amazon accounts. I'm not sure about the gift cards or anything like that, but I think
right.
as soon as you said that, that kind of put red flags in my head. So I think that's where the conversation ends for me.
Right, because what Yabel is an automation platform, but they automate the listing and the orders. And
Yeah,
I think the orders side of things, although to the users that might seem like an advantage, that is a very
disadvantage. I don't know about
it's
Yabuli.
riskier, it's risky and a disadvantage to give up that part of the business because one, you're not going to get the type of cash back that you can get if you process your own orders. And two, you're giving up
Exactly.
the risk of them not processing orders, and that's the biggest reason for failure of a successful business. And you're
Exactly.
dealing in a gray area.
Exactly. Dude, that's what I try to explain all the time. People are comparing and they're like, "Hey, why don't you guys do auto order like auto DS?" Like if I was gonna charge you the same price as auto DS is doing for auto orders, I'd happily do it for you too. Because because what they're doing is they charge you a fee to top up your balance, right? Then
Right.
what happens is they use their credit cards, and then they'll try the item is not going to be tax exempt. I believe there's like a standard like uh price that they apply to all the listings, right? Furthermore, if you have a return, right, sometimes they're not going to process the returns for you, right? You and then if you had your own cashback credit cards, you can't even use that anymore. So you're paying a whole bunch of fees, right? You took $100 item and used their auto order and made it like 120, right?
Right.
So your margin just gets depleted when you're using that. So if somebody wants me to do that for them, like by all means, like I'll do it. I'm not gonna do it, but like my point is, if you're one of the things I strongly believe, and the reason why we'll never have that feature is because I understand why AutoDS charges those fees, because to be able to maintain that operation, it's extremely like it costs money, right?
Right, because you have to be as tight as possible. This can be the failure of everyone's account if they can't
Exactly.
get the items processed.
Exactly. You have to be tight when you're drop shipping on eBay, right? Like you're already like using a retail supplier that already has the item somewhat marked up, and you're doing it further, right? Any anything that adds like more of a cost to it is gonna hurt your business deeply, right? What if your margins were $10, right? Now you're giving $10 for the auto. I'm just using an arbitrary number, right? But if you're using the $10, now that could have been $10 to you if you went ahead and processed it yourself.
Right, but now then the question is, what some people might say they can do absolutely nothing, right? And I guess, and that
You
is
can,
why they want the auto ordering.
yeah, but you'll also make nothing as well. Like I have rarely seen AutoDS users like from the
Make
ones
any
in our
money. I know.
yeah, from
They
our
join, they pay a lot of money, and then they leave.
Right, exactly. I've never seen anyone actually make a significant amount, right? It's because people are getting charged up the wazoo, right?
Okay, so now let's really go to Infitybot. What do we know about them? Like how, well, Naeem mentioned, so let's use this opportunity, maybe not to talk about Infitybot too much because I don't know much about
I
it.
know a little bit about them.
Okay, what do you know about them? And then Naeem, what was the process? I want to answer this question to this guy that asked on my YouTube. What was the process of transferring from Infitybot to Ecom Sniper? So first, what do you know about this Infitybot company?
Me or Noyon?
You first, Sammy. What do you
Okay.
know? You said you know some about it.
Yeah, like from I met a lot of users that kind of told me a little pieces of it. Basically, it's a Discord bot that you can ask to do the listings for you, or like you give it commands, and that Discord bot is connected to eBay's API, and then from that API, like it does the listings for you in the back end.
And does it pull information from Amazon to do the listing?
Yes, from what I've seen. Yeah.
And do they do custom titles or it's just the titles from Amazon?
No, I believe it's the titles from Amazon, from what I know.
Yeah, I think so as well. So what it is, what we know it's a bulk lister that just lists items directly from Amazon to eBay through Discord.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty cool concept.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. So Naim, do they also do price tracking through Discord?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
What I know about the Infinity, it's just a bulk lister tool, nothing specific more than that. So people who are
Right.
using that, they're for like bulk listing, they're sourcing the product from Zik Analytics and then they're listing from Infinity.
Right.
Right.
What I do know, some of our users from our videos bought Infitybot, and the reason they told me they did was because Ecom Sniper was too expensive. So they decided to go with Infitybot first to make a little bit of money to come here. That was
Right. Okay.
but like just to be clear, you'd probably make your money back the first month.
And then switching from Infitybot to Ecom Sniper is a simple process. You said that, Naim?
Um,
Like
yeah.
when you are listing with Ecom Sniper and you switch to it, so the most of the thing that I got like two guys who are switched from Infinity to Ecom Sniper. So basically, what they did,
Mhm.
they are like whatever they listed on um, Infinity, they're like that, and they continued listing with Ecom Sniper. So like if you're trying to switch
Ah,
from,
okay, okay, okay.
yeah, if you're trying to switch from all the listings from the Infinity and put those on the Ecom Sniper, that might take you some time, but
We
you have to
can
do it
convert the
manually.
SKUs.
Right, right,
So here's the real thing, right? We can convert the SKUs into our SKUs to track the items, right?
right,
But the real problem is those items, like you listed 6,000 items in Infitybot, right? But these items were listed without optimization. We don't just when you're listing with Ecom Sniper, it's not just the title that changes, right? We use AI to generate the item specifics. We use AI to give you an optimized description, right? There's a whole bunch of SEO tools that are being done in the background to make the listing as optimized as possible, right?
true,
For the eBay algorithm.
true.
So
Right. So, but if someone used Infitybot first, would Ecom Sniper be able to, let's say, track the items that they listed before? Is that data even available?
yeah, for sure. It's always, I believe, like if it's in the custom label on eBay, we just convert it into our custom label and we can track it. Right now, every AutoDS user, we have a tool that is able to convert from AutoDS queues into Ecom Sniper queues, and we have one
Right.
for Easync to our SKUs as well. So
Right,
so if Infitybot has if someone wants to come from there and they want to convert the SKUs, we can just do a custom solution pretty instantly
right,
if we need to.
right.
All
But
right. And then, okay, you brought up one other thing I didn't talk about. What about Easync? What do you know about them? They emailed me recently to do a video about their software, but I don't know. I've never used it.
So I don't want to be like I'm not sure like I've heard this but I'm not sure for sure but I believe like they're the ones who own Aqualine.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
But I think they're a pretty powerful company if that's true. Right?
Okay.
If they're the
Okay.
ones who
Okay.
own that. Regarding their tool, I do know about it. I think it's like the same as AutoDS. It's just listing but it feels like it wasn't a, someone who's trying to make money, wouldn't be successful there. And the reason why is
Okay.
because the tool feels like it was designed in a way not to make money but to sell.
To gain users and not for
Yeah,
each user to make money.
right. Like our stuff ain't pretty sometimes. You've seen our competitor research everything look. Even the bulk lister is not pretty, man. But
Right.
somebody even told me that it's nostalgic at this point.
Yeah,
So we didn't change the UI.
Right.
Just focus on the power behind it, man.
true.
Okay, guys, so this we just did a quick video just comparing some of the top eBay dropshipping tools and Ecom Sniper. If you guys have any questions, if you guys use any of these tools, let us know in the comment section what we have missed. I will gladly interview anyone who use any other tools so you can give your opinion. I think having these conversations in the open is very important for all of us to learn. So like the video, subscribe. I challenge anyone who use Zik Analytics, who use AutoDS, who use Infitybot, who use Yabelle, and use Easync. Anything that you think we missed, I will gladly have you on the channel to talk about it. All right,
Right,
so like the video, subscribe, comment, check out the description for anything. How we have a lot of free resources to help you out with the eBay dropshipping journey. To get to your first sale, to get to that $3,000, $10,000 mark, it's just a matter of joining the journey starting. So like, subscribe, have a good one, guys.
Have a good one.
right.